Good morning, guys. It's the most interesting YouTuber in the world. True Crime King is back. Okay, so in this video, I'm going to be doing a reaction to Johnny Law's detailed layout of the house by Crime Scene Investigator is what it's titled. But yeah, I wanted to do this again so me and you guys can know for sure how this house is laid out, because there was some discrepancies on whether there's a sliding glass door on both levels, and which one is which one the killer walked out of, where Dylan's bedroom was, and all that. So I'm just gonna do a video on that and get all the speculation out of the way so we all know what the facts are. So hit that like and subscribe, and let's go.
Girls that were downstairs not hear what was going on in the above floors. So there's a lot of speculation about that, and I don't know if people really understand the flow of this.
Okay, so one thing he got wrong in this video. So well, now we know that Dylan was actually upstairs on the second floor, not downstairs on the first floor. That was originally reported.
House, based on what the news has put out there. So I've decided to maybe help you understand it a little bit in my own words and how I can break this down. I got some photos to compare it to. So if you're interested in seeing the flow of this house and how it's laid out, then keep watching the video. And if you haven't checked out my other two videos where I discuss it, I'll link them up above. All right, so let's get to it. This is going to be an interactive video. I have my iPad here with some pictures, so I'm going to be looking down a little bit and writing on an iPad. And to do that, I need to be able to see my iPad, so I have to put on sunglasses because I'm getting that age, okay? All right, so let's take a look at the house. First thing we want to look at is the overall drone shot that I think probably the news media shot. And as you're going to see, this is a 3-story dwelling. This section right here was the original section, and this section was added later on.
Okay, so real quick. Yeah, okay, I got it wrong in one of my videos. So where my cursor's at, so that's the first floor, okay? The first floor does not have a slider on it, okay? The only floors that have sliders are the second floor, which is where Dylan and Xana's bedroom was, and the third floor, which was where Kaylee and Madison, where their rooms are. Okay, so this sliding glass door right here in the bottom is where Dylan saw Kohberger walk right past her and walk out, right? So if there's no way he could have came out on his top unless he either put this ladder right here up, like over here, or he just hung down and dropped down. But we know now Dylan saw him walk out on this bottom door.
Okay, so this is floor 1, this is floor 2. 1 and 2, we're going to consider this 3. There's actually a drop down in here. It's a little step, but I'm going to break it down a little bit more for you. So that's the overall shot of the house. So let's take a look at a sketch that was provided to me, apparently by the property management. It is obviously not to scale, but in comparing this to a lot of the...
I don't know if it was just provided to him, I mean, this sketch is out everywhere on YouTube, but whatever.
The Zillow photos, it is pretty accurate in my opinion. Okay, so I'm going to zoom in here so everybody can see this real closely. Now you can see we have the front door here that's from the street where all the cars were parked out here. You go into the first floor, second floor, and as I said earlier, there's a little step down in here. This was an addition that was put on. So this is still part of the second floor.
So real quick, it makes sense for not Dylan, but the other girl that was down here on this first floor. It makes sense that she wasn't killed because, if Brian, we know he came out of this the second door slider, so, and he probably never even went down to the first. So that would make sense why she's still alive. But what doesn't make sense is why Dylan is still alive or didn't even get touched in any way, shape, or form, even though they looked and made eye contact and he had to walk right past her. So, because Dylan's bedroom is on the second floor. Okay? So that's what doesn't make sense.
That's why it's in blue. And then the third level here. All right, I'm going to walk you through going through the front door. So let's enter the door. Immediately to your left, there is a set of stairs. These stairs take you up to level 2.
So yeah, we saw that on the body cam video where the cops, went and for the noise complaint. As soon as you open the front door, yeah, there's steps going right up to the second floor.
There's a hallway with a bathroom straight ahead and a laundry room inside of there. Then we go to bedroom 1A. Now 1A, we think, is Bethany's room. 1A looks like this inside. Here is one angle to Bethany's room. Here is where you come in the front door, and this is what the room looks like. This is, I'm assuming, either a bathroom closet, or I don't know if this is the bathroom or this is the bathroom, but one of those is the bathroom and one of them is probably a closet. It's not really easy to tell. But that is one angle of that room where Bethany's is. Here's another angle. There's the window where all the cars are parked out front. And if you look up in the left-hand corner here, this is the...
Okay, yeah, but look at that. I mean, so let's say Kohberger parked his white Elantra right here, right, real quick whenever he went and did the murders. Or they have video of his Elantra. I mean, Bethany would be able to just peek right out here. I'm assuming she had blinds. I don't know that for a fact. I know. What's her name? Kaylee and Megan didn't have blinds on the third floor because you could see straight in there. I saw that, but either way, Bethany would be able to hear a car pull up unless she was sleeping.
The angle to the stairs. So the stairs, this is where the stairs would go up to that additional floor, if that makes sense. Bedroom 1B. Bedroom 1B, you break to the right and it ends up over there. Let's take a look at bedroom 1B. Now 1B is an interesting room. To me, it seems like it is the smallest room in the house. So if there's a 6-bedroom house and it's full, and you are stuck with this bedroom 1B, and one of the other rooms opened up, I would think that you may want to get out of this room and go up to a warmer floor that's a bigger bedroom. It's my assumption. Maybe that doesn't happen. Now, I don't know who's occupying this room. Now, it's either got to be Dylan or nobody.
Well, we know it's not Dylan because her bedroom is on the second floor. We know that now. So, nobody was probably living in that little tiny room.
All right. So this is floor bedroom 1B. All right. Here's another angle. This is the street view, as you can see right here. Let's go up the stairs to floor number 2. All right. So here is floor 2. So coming up the stairs, we are now on level 2.
Okay, so real quick. This 2A, we know now that is where Dylan's room is, okay? That's 2A. 2B is Xana's room. Xana and Ethan, okay?
You button hook to the right, that is the living room. There is a bathroom here and bedroom, which is labeled 2B, which is what we're assuming is Xana and Ethan's bedroom. Not Ethan, but Xana's, where Ethan was sleeping.
Xana, however you pronounce it. One of us is wrong. It doesn't matter. You know who we're talking about.
That is by social media accounts and friends. Across here is another bedroom, 2A. Same floor, but this is where we don't know if...
Well, we know now. That was Dylan. Or at least where Dylan was sleeping the day of the murders, okay?
This room is vacant because there is obviously one room that's vacant.
This video that we're watching is a month old. This was before all this stuff came out, the probable cause affidavit. So he didn't know this at the time of making this video.
There are social media pictures of Dylan in this room, several in this room, that indicate that she may have switched rooms from downstairs, from 1B, which I showed you earlier, up to 2A. Unconfirmed.
It's confirmed now.
But it would make sense if a lot of recent pictures are being shown with her in that bedroom. Why is that important? Now, if we look at the diagram here, we can see that above 1A, directly above 1A, is no rooms at all. It's a living room. So directly above, there's nobody there. There's no noise being made above.
So what he's saying is, downstairs, okay, where Bethany was sleeping, it would make sense that maybe she couldn't hear, people, someone walking around or noise, a thud or something right above her, because both of the rooms are in different corners of the house, and there's no room directly above where she was sleeping.
There's nothing above 1A. If 1B is vacant, then below 2B is nothing. Nobody in 1B to hear anything in 2B.
So yeah, if whoever was Bethany that was on the first floor, it would make sense if she didn't hear anything and was probably sleeping, okay? But it's a whole different ball game with Dylan, okay? On the second floor.
If Dylan is not in this room, but she's up now in 2A.
Which we now know that's true. She's up in 2A.
Now, if Dylan is in 1B, then she could potentially hear things in 2B above her. If Dylan is in 1B, she may be able to hear things in 2B. Maybe not. I don't know the structure of the house, the construction.
Doesn't matter. She wasn't in 1B.
How well it's insulated. Is she sleeping with the fan? I don't know any of that information. Only investigators know that. But in the position of the house, if there is someone there, there will be somebody directly above them. But if she is not, and she is up here in 2A, then she's not going to hear that. Let's stick to 2B. Let's stick to the second floor. So we have Zena and Ethan in that room. There's a little step down that I showed you earlier that's still part of the second floor. So it steps down into this area here. This is where the kitchen, sink, and all of those things are located.
Okay, but real quick, look at this. So these are the stairs that come up from the first floor, right? So he has to make a turn. So let's say my cursor's Kohberger. He comes up and he has to turn. So when he's turning, he has to either be either staring right at Dylan's room, right? But for some reason he makes a right. Either makes this right first, or he goes like this. For some reason, does not go into 2A and goes straight up these stairs to the third floor and just totally bypasses Dylan's room for some reason unknown. That does not make any sense. Okay? So he either came up these stairs and went and saw this bedroom, but it went into Zana and Ethan's room first and killed them, or he went up the stairs and went and killed Kaylee and Madison first. Okay?
Located. So the second floor We have the back patio, which anybody can walk up here and enter.
Yeah, so this is how we now know Brian Kohberger exited from this. This is the view he would have saw when he exited. Okay, it's unconfirmed as of now where he entered, but I would assume if he exited this way, that would probably be the most likely way he entered, right?
There. This back patio enters the kitchen. Here's the kitchen. You see the back patio here. You come up the gravel, access to the sliding glass door to the kitchen here. Here's another picture of the kitchen. You see the pillars.
Yeah, okay. And right to the left, okay, that's where Dylan's room is. And the stairs to go up to the third floor and Dylan's room.
Right here. And the layout of the kitchen itself. Here's floor 2 that I talked about.
This is a living room.
Coming up the stairs from below, button hooks into this living room. You see here to the bottom right, this is that little step down.
Okay. So he walks up these stairs, right? So he would have to, okay, now it makes a little more sense. So there's a wall right here. So he had to come this way. Dylan's room's right here. Let's keep it playing.
See the step that goes here and then down. Another shot. You come up these stairs.
Boom. Okay. So Kohberger he walks up these stairs. Or no, he doesn't. He came in from the second floor. So let me keep it.
Stairs from up here. You button hook living room. Keep button hook. That is Zana's room, where Ethan and her were most likely sleeping. Unconfirmed, but most likely. Then there's a bathroom on the other side of that wall. Here is the street view from where people were. Okay, let's stick to 2B just for a minute. Now, everybody has seen the photos of the red substance that's down the back of the wall. I wanted to point that out on where this is in relationship to the house and the bedrooms that are inside. So here on 2B, this area right here that you see is about the area where those stains are found along the wall.
Okay, that would make sense because one of the bodies was probably thrown up against that wall, or the blood was pooling so much, it started dripping out. Okay, so that was most likely a 100% blood dripping out of the house.
Whether it's blood or not blood, the red stains that are there, that's the proximity of this bedroom. Whether the bed was laid out in this fashion.
A lot of people are saying that it was probably Ethan's body that was thrown against the wall and dripping out, but that's just speculation.
Where the bed was laid out in that fashion were unknown. Okay, so I hope that makes sense about where that is in position.
Oh, hold on, let me go back real quick. Okay, so I messed up. So Brian didn't, he entered through this slider, right? So he didn't walk up from these stairs. He probably entered from this slider. And either way, he still would have had to pass the entrance to Dylan's room. This makes even less sense than coming up from here. Because if he came up from here, this would just be a wall, right? But he most likely came in through the slider because that's where he exited. So he had to walk right past Dylan's bedroom door in order to walk around here and go into, Zana and Ethan's room. So that makes even less sense why he didn't go into Dylan's room. So now I'm even more confused.
Okay, so I hope that makes sense about where that
as to why he didn't go into Dylan's room.
Is in position. Now I'm going to show you another picture of the outside of the residence where this is located, where 2B and the outside of that is located. There's been some comments back and forth about how did it go 2 stories down and all of this. People have been calling it blood. As an investigator, we don't identify substances just by looking at them. We call them suspected. In this case, suspected blood. We could field test that, but until it is collected, sent to a lab, we're not going to call it blood.
Yeah, they aren't. But I'm calling that probably 99% that was blood, okay?
We're going to...
I'm not a police officer, so I can do that. In my opinion, that was blood dripping out of the house. It was either Ethan or Xana's blood.
Call it suspected blood or a red substance, red liquid substance. So let me just say that this red liquid substance that gravity pulled down is located a large amount of distance. 2, I'm going to show you where these stains were and how far. And this is the area right here where those are.
Yeah, so here's where he most likely entered. He walked around, and then he went into Xana and Ethan's room. The bed's probably somewhere right around here. Okay, and then, you know, their blood leaking out and started dripping out here. Okay, using my brain, thinking logically, that would make the most amount of sense, and it's 99% Ethan or Xana's blood.
As you can see, if I pan out a little bit, there is dirt and ground and earth. This area, and where Ethan, I'm going to show you another picture. Okay, now this picture is just a close-up of the same one you just saw pulled out.
Yeah, that's
you can
blood.
see.
Okay, I want to get to.
I'm
trying to get to Dylan's room.
Now, here, the pattern is
not
to
too
get back to the
concerned
house.
about this.
Their field testing or lab on anything. Social calling this blood, but it's here on the 2nd floor. We're going to go up these stairs here.
Okay, so these stairs, right? You have to walk right past Dylan's bedroom door again, okay? To go up to Kaylee and Madison. So again, I have no idea why Kohberger, he had to walk past this door twice. Once going up and once coming back down, okay? It's just a fact. So, yeah, twice.
These stairs take you up, and they button hook around and come up to this hallway. You button hook to the left. This is on the diagram 3B, which is suspected Kaylee's room.
Okay, we know now Kaylee and Madison were in the same room. So, he probably just came up the steps, boom, went in here, found Kaylee and Madison both in this fucking bedroom, right? Did what he did, and then, you know, if that's, let's just say that's who he's after, then he's done on the 3rd floor, right? There would be no reason to either go in here, and even if he did go in 3A, Maddie's room, no one was in there because they were both in the same room.
Button hook to the right is Maddie. More than likely, if that is their bedroom, then that is most likely where they were sleeping. There are pictures of them in the window and some purple boots, her boots, and she's seen with those boots. That is probably where she was located. We don't know any positions of them throughout the house. This is likely where you were sleeping, but it's in the corner. That is the only people that know where they were located in this house. So don't jump to any conclusion. Where Maddie was murdered, there's nobody below to hear that happening.
What do you mean? Okay, first of all, he's wrong here, okay? Maddie and Kaylee were in the same room. They were in Kaylee's room, okay? And there was someone here. We now know this room was not vacant, okay? So, let's just say they were both in this room. Either way, Dylan, we now know, saw the killer at least come down here, these steps, and walk out. And they made eye contact. So if they made eye contact while he was walking out, I mean, Dylan and Brian had to be really fucking close, okay? Because this door and the kitchen's not very big at all. And her bedroom door, I mean, look, they had to be, what, not even 10 feet apart, okay? So, and Dylan's standing there with her door open, apparently frozen in fear, right? And that's just what makes no sense to me. Why he would come in through the slider, or at least go out through this slider, go around here to kill Xana and Ethan, but then pass Dylan twice. Once going up and once coming down, and even making contact, and then leaving right through this door. It makes total sense why Bethany on the bottom floor wasn't killed now. I mean, he didn't go down to the first floor, most likely, okay? But, yeah. That's what I wanted to show you guys. Detailed layout of this house, where everybody was, and why, again, it makes no sense why Dylan wasn't touched. Just leaves a lot of questions, okay? But hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, hit that like button. If you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. And until next time, True Crime King, out.